Hey friends, Steve Guttenberg here, and I am the Audiophiliac. And today my message is simple. Nothing gets old faster than new technology. Think about that. The newer it is, the more high-tech it is, the more cutting edge it is, the faster it's going to go out of date. It's a pretty simple idea here, right? Of course, the opposite of that is true. We're talking about audio. That old tech, let's say turntables, they're pretty stable. They're not going to change dramatically from year to year or decade to decade for that matter. Buy a great turntable if you're into analog thing. It's going to last you, if it's a good turntable, a really long time. I know people that have 40-year-old turntables that are spinning just fine, and they live happily ever after with them. They don't need to upgrade a turntable all the time. Now they might change an arm, certainly a cartridge when they wear out, or etc. Or they break them. But the turntable itself, very stable technology. DACs, on the other hand, digital converters, they change a lot, right? I mean, MQA was nowhere 5 years ago, and now some people are really hung up on getting MQA, and if they have a 5-year-old or older DAC, they're out of luck, right? So I'm talking about basically proportioning your money, and it's not just the digital to analog thing. Speakers are another thing. Unless you're into cutting-edge speakers, speaker technology doesn't change hugely from decade to decade. So put your money, if you have long-term plans, if you want to build a system that's going to last you a long, long time, put your money where it's going to last a long time. Speakers and power amplifiers, and to a lesser extent, preamplifiers. Those things aren't going to change that quickly. So that's where the money should go. Now, if you're really a digital guy, sure, buy a nice DAC, but proportion out relatively small parts with the idea that you're probably going to need to get a new DAC every 4 or 5 years if you want to stay up with whatever's happening in digital. It was like this with DSD not that long ago, that most DACs didn't do DSD, and now that's an important thing for a lot of people. So again, if you had a 10 or 12-year-old DAC, probably weren't going to get any DSD going through that puppy. So again, the parts that change, the new tech parts, are the parts that get old. And the old tech parts, like turntables and speakers and power amplifiers, they don't get old in terms of being out of date kind of old. It's not really more complicated than that. It's a philosophy. It's a way of looking at how to build your system without having to go back and waste a lot of money as you're doing the upgrade thing. And that's kind of it for today. Give me feedback, as always, and I can't always answer your questions, but I do try. I mean, if I just answered people's questions, that's the only thing I could do all day is just answer questions. But I try, especially when these videos first post. I do look for at least the first few hours, and the ones that are answerable by me, I do answer. So this is the Audiophiliac Daily Show. Comes up daily. Please subscribe. As always, I ask you to. But now I have a new thing called Patreon, which is a crowdfunding site, kind of like Kickstarter. And if you subscribe on that or pledge for even $1 a month, it would really help me out. I'm trying to avoid putting commercials on the front of my videos, and $1 here and $1 there could make all the difference. So check it out. I will link to that below. And as always, I hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching.